it's time for the first wrap up of the year. I ended 2023 in a massive months-long reading slump, so the fact that I finished 8 books in January is honestly exciting, and it's such an accomplishment. So let's get right into it. First and foremost, 4 of the 8 books that I read this month are from the Throne of Glass series. And I'm sorry to be annoying, but I'm not gonna get into any of these right now because I am filming a whole reading vlog for them. I know, that's annoying, but I'm gonna keep you guys on your toes for that, but also like, I don't wanna be too repetitive about these books. So for now, I'm just gonna give you guys the rating for these books. Throne of Glass, I gave a 3.75 stars. Crown of Midnight, I gave a 4 stars. The Assassin's Blade, I gave a 4.25 stars. This one's my favorite so far. And Heir of Fire, I also gave a 4 stars. I know, that's like half of the books that I read this month that I'm not really gonna talk about, but you know. Next up, I have Heartstopper Volume 5. I loved this book so much. This is my highest rated book of the month. I gave it a 4.75 stars. Honestly, the only reason why this book is not getting a 5 stars is because, I don't know if this is because they're graphic novels or what, but these novels never really feel like a complete story arc to me. Whenever I get to the ending, I'm always like, that's it? I feel like the story is just getting good. You know what I mean? I feel like the story's just starting to develop and then it's over. That's really the only reason why I can't give it a 5 stars, but I love these 2 characters so much. I love their story. It is so accurate to the teenage experience. I feel like if you were once a teenager, you're gonna be able to relate to these 2. We're seeing them trying to navigate through life and trying to figure out the next step, not just in their relationship, but literally in their lives. Alice Oseman's portrayal of that very vulnerable time in your life, when you're 16, 17, you're an older teenager, you're about to go into adulthood. That time of your life is so vulnerable and it's so scary because you're still a child, but you're almost gonna be an adult, and there's certain expectation that comes with being an adult. You're still in your little bubble, but you can feel all of the pressure from the outside world just pressing in on you, and it's threatening to pop that bubble. You don't know what to do. Your career, college, your future, like the rest of your life in general, like that is all looming down on you at that point in your life, and all of that pressure affects not only like your mental health, but it's also going to affect everything else around you. It's going to affect your relationships. It's just portrayed so well. I think Heartstopper is for sure my favorite coming of age story. I think these characters are always going to hold a very special place in my heart. Chef's kiss. Okay, moving on. Let's just, I guess, go into my other graphic novel manga that I read this month. I read Spy Family Volume 10. I gave this one a 3 stars. It's definitely my lowest rated in the series so far, and it's also my lowest rated book in the month. I just didn't like this one nearly as much as I liked the other books in this series. Half of this book was about this war. So if you're not familiar with Spy Family, I've talked about it multiple times, but it's a manga series based on this fake family. So there's a spy named Lloyd. He had to put together a fake family as a cover for his job, but everybody in this fake family, including the daughter and the dog, they all have their own little secret. The premise is silly and I really enjoyed for that part, but there's a war that's kind of like attached to as to why he's like spying and everything, and I don't love the war parts of it. Like, I don't care about any of the war stories. All I really care about is this little family interacting with each other, and I like seeing Anya in the whole school thing because she's such a ridiculous character. Yor even is such a ridiculous character. It's so funny to see her like trying to learn how to just be a normal human being, let alone be a mother. Even the dog, the perspective of the dog is so funny. I really enjoy it, and like it's a great palate cleanser, but this volume in particular was not my favorite. Anyways, I also read Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood this month. I gave this one a 4 stars. I literally have not read a single Ali Hazelwood book that I have not liked. I will say this is not like your typical very wholesome YA novel. First of all, like the characters are more on the older side of the young adult. She's 18 and he's 20. And also like in typical Ali Hazelwood fashion, it is chock full of innuendos and potty humor. So it's not like super wholesome. And it also talks a lot about like hookup culture and stuff like that. It's not like for a young adult audience. I would say this is for like an older young adult audience. Regardless, regardless of that, I still really had a good time. I love chess, and I specifically love watching chess content. If I'm watching YouTube, I'm probably watching book videos, motorsport videos, or chess videos. So a lot of the little references in this book about chess pop culture was really fun to read about. You cannot convince me that Nolan Sawyer is not based on Magnus Carlsen. I mean, come on, really? Like the young chess genius, world champion who like shook up the world of chess because of his like cool guy attitude. Like, come, he's Magnus Carlsen to a T. There's even references to like the Botez sister rumors, and there's also like a reference to like that one game that Magnus Carlsen played against Bill Gates where he like destroyed him in like 3 moves. There's like little things like that. So if you like chess, there's a lot of it in here. But also I feel like even if you don't like chess, you're still gonna really enjoy this. My only real gripe with this book is I didn't really love Mallory's family drama. Like, I didn't love that it was revealed at the very last moment. I almost wish that it was revealed like maybe halfway through. It was kind of irritating to read about her being secretive about it because it was very obvious. Like, it was glaringly obvious what had happened. When it got to the reveal, I was like, yeah, we already knew at like page 50 what happened, you know? The fact that you had to wait like 300 pages to get that like reveal was irritating. I wish they would have just addressed it sooner. And also, like, I wanted to slap her so many times for treating her mother like she was stupid. Like, girl, your mom is sick, not dumb. Be f***ing for real. Like, be f***ing for real. But I mean, I guess that's all part of her character arc and character growth. Like, it wasn't super irritating, obviously, to the point where like I didn't enjoy the book. But you know, whenever those parts would come up, I would be like, oh my god, girl, just get a grip. But again, it's all part of her character development. And then lastly, I have The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. This is the sequel to The X-Hacks. If you're not familiar with The X-Hacks, it's set in this cozy little witchy town. This one follows the cousin of the girl in The X-Hacks and her romance with the brother of the guy from The X-Hacks. You know what I'm saying? Wait, are they cousins or like best friends? No, they're cousins, I'm pretty sure. The best way that I can describe, oh, I haven't even said the rating. I gave it a 4 stars. But the best way that I can describe the setting for this book is Salem, Massachusetts mixed with Halloween Town. It's like that kind of vibe. I love that setting. I think that's my favorite thing. There's even a college there. It's like a regular college, but then there's a side of the college that's for the magical people, for like the witches and stuff. And the girl, Gwen, she mentors these 3 young little witches that are students at that college, and I love that part of it. I think they really made the story. I almost wish there was more of like the town and that college aspect. There's a plane flying really, really low. I think it's because of the storm. Like, I can feel the house almost vibrating from that. I almost wish that there was like more of like the town aspect and like the school aspect and all of that. I think that's why I didn't like it as much as I liked The X-Hacks. The dynamic between the 2 main characters is really fun because Wells is like a very old-fashioned, very not up with the times kind of dude. He even speaks in a very old-fashioned way. He has like a Welsh accent, but like his actual speech pattern is like, I feel like he was plucked from like, I don't know, way back when. And then we have Gwen, who's like this might sound a little bit weird, but she like is giving me like a quirky millennial, but I mean that in the best way possible. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mean like quirky millennial in like the annoying way. I mean like the cool older sister vibe, you know what I mean? Their dynamic together is just really fun to watch. He is also like just clueless. Like, he's so clueless about women that it's kind of funny. I don't know, I had a great time. These are all of the books plus Spy Family that I read this month. So now it's time for us to pick the books that we're gonna read in February.